Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. If you don't know me, I'm Nancy, and I am a homeschool mom of a lot of kids. So, anyway, I filmed a video yesterday about our curriculum choices. For all of our kids, we have a 1-year-old, so obviously she doesn't have any curriculum. Then we have a kindergartner, a first grader, a second grader, a fourth grader, fifth grader, and a sixth grader. So if you want to see the choices of curriculum that we have for them, I'll link the video down below. And today I'm going to be sharing with you our extras basket. It's not a morning basket per se because we typically prefer to start strong in the morning and get straight into our lessons and not do these things until later, like quiet time, nap time. I have a block schedule that we loosely try to follow, and I can show you that if anybody wants to see it. But after lunch, we have a block of quiet time, reading time, and this is for that if any kids are bored and don't feel like reading. Alright, so let's get started. Now I will say this is just an extras basket. It's not any of our core subjects. It's not anything that anybody has to do. We have all of our kids' individual subjects that I shared in the other video, and then we have some group subjects that I'll do with all of them, or all of the older ones and all of the younger ones, and stuff like that. This is just extras and some read-alouds that I can give to them if they're bored and don't feel like doing their assigned reading during our extra reading time, quiet time. So, anyhow, I will show you, first of all, I have a whole bunch of flashcards, and some of them are better for different ages. This isn't exactly flashcards, it's more like little word puzzles. And I think I got this from the Target value section, like the section up front. And then I have more puzzle cards. These aren't flashcards. And some of my early readers, they do well with lots of repetition. They can do these and have fun with them. And then I have addition flashcards. And this is probably a time where I would put our Good and the Beautiful multiplication songs, the little books that come with them when they come in the mail. I'll put them in here. And then we'll do the multiplication songs during our audiobooks and things like that. Then this is more for my preschooler, kindergartner. She knows all of her shapes and colors, but this is something that she saw at the discount grocery store in their little toy section. They look rather old, they're kind of faded, but she saw them and really wanted them, and so I figured might as well. Maybe she can teach her little sister some shapes and colors as they go along. And then next we have, this is another thing that is for my kindergartner. It's just a cute little I Spy Everything book, and has the alphabet in it. If you're interested in any of this stuff, I can post links. I may not post a detailed link to everything in here, but I'll post some links. And then we have a whole bunch of Mad Libs Junior. This is a nice way to get them learning more vocabulary and grammar in a fun way. So we like Mad Libs. Next is this. I got this a while back just at the Dollar Tree, and I haven't used it yet, so I put it in here. It's just a recycle activity kit so the kids can learn a little bit better about what recycling bins to put things in. We have a compost bin in the backyard and our recycling and garbage out in the front with our glass and all of that, so they can learn a little bit better. The older kids take trash and recycling out, so I figured this would be very helpful, so they know a little bit better about where to put things. And next, this is a book we already started last year. We just kind of got sidetracked. It's the Boxcar Children, the Yellow House Mystery, and we got sidetracked with other audiobooks and other schoolwork and never finished this. And so the kids have asked a few times, and so I stuck this in here so we can finish it. Then this is not something I'm going to read aloud to everyone. What was the Holocaust? This is for older kids, and so I put this in here. I haven't assigned it to an older kid yet, and so I put it in the basket in case somebody wants to pick it up. I've read through it cover to cover, and it's a very good book. And so I wouldn't recommend it for my little ones, though. Probably my 5th and 6th graders could handle it just fine. Maybe my 4th grader, but under that, I'm not really teaching them about the Holocaust until they're older. Next, this is from Rod and Staff. We've had this for a long time. We usually put it in our extras basket. It's Bible stories to read, and I have a book that goes along with it with coloring pages that correspond to the little Bible stories. Sorry if you hear my kids in the background. I don't have time to film when they're asleep or quiet, and so, yeah, sometimes you'll hear little kid noises in the background. Next, I saw this from another YouTube mom, and I ordered it, and I love this book. It's Courageous World Changers, 50 True Stories of Daring Women of God, and it's not very in detail about each person, but it's a good starting point, and I have some other books that I'm collecting to go along with each story so we can learn a little bit more about each person, and I also have, they're coming out with the men's version of this book, and so I have it coming on Amazon. I've had it pre-ordered for a couple months, and it's coming next month, so I'm pretty excited about that. Next, we have just a book about Sweden. I need to get some more books, but our library is still closed right now, so I haven't yet. We have some Swedish roots, so we're starting to learn a little bit about Sweden, so I stuck this in here. Then I have a Usborne math dictionary. We've had this for a couple years. The kids enjoy flipping through it, so it's something that can help a little bit. Next, we have The Life of Fred apples, and I haven't really ever done these with my kids. I have apples and I have butterflies. We've kind of tested the waters a little bit, but then never kept up with it, and so this is a math book that you go through with all your kids or just one kid, and it's just kind of a story format. So yeah, I put this in here so we can go through it with some of the younger ones. And then I just have this, just a toy for the kids to play with. It's just an addition thing. I had these when I was little. There's an addition fact, and then you push it, and then there's the answer. So, next, we have just a book on the Pledge of Allegiance. Most of my kids know the Pledge of Allegiance, but the younger ones don't yet, and it doesn't hurt to have a little repetition. And we're doing some studies pretty soon on the U.S., well, pretty much world studies, but like I said, we're starting with the U.S. and Sweden, because we live in the U.S. and we have Swedish roots, and so we'll go from there. And then after that, we have 2 books. These are both from Costco. This one is Wonder Women, and this kind of goes along with the courageous 50 Stories of Courageous Women, and it looked really good. I figured they might have a little bit different facts about each person, and there's some people that overlap in the stories and others that don't. So there's some stories in here that aren't in the other book. Then this one is Amazing Artists, and yeah, it just has like a couple pages blurbs about different artists and pictures and things like that. Yeah. And then after that, that's the last of the books. I just have a few games. We have Boggle Jr. I picked that up at a garage sale somewhere. The kids really like games like that. And then I have a United States floor puzzle to go along with our U.S. studies. This has all of the states on it, and I thought it had the state capitals, but apparently Yeah, apparently it doesn't have the state capitals on it, but I might write the state capitals on the bottom side of the puzzle piece just because I think learning that's important. I saw something, it was really weird, yesterday on one of my Facebook pages or Facebook groups. It was the Good and the Beautiful Facebook group. Somebody said that in Oregon, where we live, that public school teachers aren't allowed to teach state capitals, and that doesn't sound right. I need to look into that to see if that's true. I don't see any reason why they couldn't. I'm hoping that that's false information because that just seems really weird. But anyways, rabbit trail. Um, Next, we just have an old Scrabble game. This has seen better days. It's all taped up, and we're missing a few letters, but my mom is big into Scrabble, and so I sent her a list the other day of all the letters we're missing, and she's going to look through all of her extra games and bring me some pieces to finish out our Scrabble game. Yeah, and that's everything in our basket, and as we get tired of things and go through things, I'll pull them out and replace them with other things. And this is not, like I said, it's not all inclusive. And when we're doing basket time, they're allowed to do other things too. We have a lot of more younger kid games and things up here, Montessori toys. There's a basket up there with some naturey things that we've collected, and there's a chess game up here, and checkers, and then on my bookshelves across the fireplace right here, there's some more puzzles and things like that, and a lot more books. So yeah, that is everything we've got. Hope you enjoyed it.